Hi, I'm Mamta. Welcome into this world of psychology. Let's begin this journey together to understand this field of psychology. Now, most of you have chosen this subject for two reasons. First, it's interesting. Yes, indeed, it is interesting. You have to develop your interest in it. Second, the subject is having the ability to solve all your answers, all the problems, all the issues that you're facing. And definitely, once you're able to understand yourself better, you can help yourself as well as others as well. Let's start with the framework for psychology class 11th. Now, 70 marks is for the theory and 30 marks is for the practical. You have to pass separately in both the subjects. 70 marks has 9 chapters. Let's start with chapter number 1, which is what is psychology. Now, today we are going to discuss 4 topics. First, the definition of psychology. Second, psychology as a discipline, natural science and social science. Third, understanding mind and behavior. And fourth, understanding the popular notions about the subject of psychology. Let's start with topic number 1. Now, before I start with the concept, let me ask you a few questions here. First, do you think psychology is something that is very easy? Just keep these questions in mind and think about it. We'll come to the answers a little later. Psychology, is it an easy subject first? Secondly, is psychology inborn? Are we born with it, or is it something that we learn? Is psychology face reading, mind reading, thought reading? Think about these questions. Let's start with few concepts. First, look at the definition of psychology. Psychology is defined as a science which studies mental processes, experiences, behaviors in different contexts. Now, this is a very contemporary definition which has 5 concepts under it. First concept is mental processes. When we say mental processes, we talk about the aspect that mind and brain, these are 2 aspects to it. Mind is something that you can't see, it's very subjective, it's something which develops out of your experiences. Brain as such is something that you can see, is something that you can locate, and physical test can definitely understand it. When I'm doing a maths problem, my brain activity and my neural activity can be assessed, that is the brain. But the 2 processes are very much interdependent. Second concept is experiences. Now, if I am doing yoga, only I can understand what I'm going through. At the same time, a person winning an international award, only he can understand what it is to win an international award. So, experience is very subjective, basically dealing with what you are going through. Third is the behavior. Now, if I'm smiling, if I'm nodding, if I'm saying this, all this is something that you can see outside. It is overt behavior which is outside. Behavior as such is to any outside stimulus my reaction or my response. So, this is internal as well as external. Internal is if I'm thinking something, this is an internal behavior. External is what you can see outside, which is overt. So, overt is observable, internal is covert. Behavior can be simple. If it's a reflex action, it is simple. It can be complex as well. If I'm having an argument or a discussion, that is a complex behavior. Psychologists mostly study the stimulus-response association of the behavior. Next component talks about different contexts. So, it is basically talking about cultural context. Now, one more question that comes up here is psychology a science or is it common sense? Psychology is very well a science. It deals with experimentation, verification like other sciences. Now, this was a contemporary definition. Let's move on to the second definition, which is a classical definition from which psychology started with. Psychology started with 2 Greek words. First is psyche, which is meaning the soul. The other is logos, which is meaning science or the study of the subject. So, this classical definition says psychology is a study of the soul, the mind or the consciousness. Let's move on to the next topic, psychology as a discipline. Now, most of you would be studying other disciplines as well. There are 2 questions that a discipline answers. First is what to study and second is how to study. What to study basically deals with the aspect that the subject content, what are we trying to understand, which phenomena are we trying to understand. How deals with the science or the methodology. Now, in this aspect we have 2 things included. One is psychology as a natural science and the other is psychology as a social science. Now, natural science again starts with objectivity. It starts with data collection like other sciences. It is dealing with data collection, verification. It is dealing with experimentation and objectivity. So, as a natural science like other sciences, the same methodology, same procedure is being followed. Psychology as a social science basically deals with understanding man, individual in a social context. So, when we talk about psychology or any individual as such, his mind in a social context, so with people, because all of us are social beings. Before we move on to the next one, let me tell you a topic which is very interesting, at the same time very simple, which is understanding mind and behavior. Now, we've already understood the relation between brain and the mind. Now, here when we know, neuroscientists have done a lot of research to prove this fact that even if a brain structure is damaged, mind still continues to function. So, here one example which is normally given is a person whose occipital lobe is damaged. Occipital lobe, the structure of the brain dealing with the vision. If that is damaged in an accident, even then the person responds to visual cues. So, the brain structure damaged, but the mind continues to work. Another example which is normally given here is dealing with a study which was done by Ornish, who talked about patients when they were given this technique of creative visualization, which is that you imagine the stimuli, you imagine the scenario. The patients were asked to imagine that their blocked arteries were opening up. And it so happened, it actually happened that their arteries which were blocked did open up. So, that was the power of the mind. And this field also deals with eradication of fears. The fears that we have also are handled in the same manner. This branch of psychology is known as psychoneuroimmunology. Now, psycho dealing with the mind, neuro dealing with the brain processes, and immunology dealing with your immune system. Now, here one simple example that we can understand. A child is not able to go to school because he falls ill regularly. Now, there's no physical reason, he's perfectly fine, but he keeps having viral regularly. That is the reason, because the mind is having negative thoughts. He is not having very confident and comfortable thoughts about himself, and therefore he ends up falling ill. So, this is where what you have in the mind reflects itself through the bodily processes. The next topic that we have for today is dealing with popular notions about psychology. Now, here we have misconceptions about psychology as a discipline. This is what we start with. Is it really, like we've been talking about, it has been discussed and debated that it is a science. So, therefore, it obviously is said that it is not common sense. We can have a concept like, let's say if I am reading something and I go off to sleep. Next morning when I get up, will I be able to remember that data or will I forget it? Commonsensical notion says that I will forget it. And this aspect research has disputed. Research says no. When you get up in the morning, mind consolidates the data and you automatically tend to remember it. Another research which is done here deals with the fact that this study which is done by Dweck in 1975, she divided the subjects or the participants into two groups. First group was given easy problems of maths and then difficult problems a little later, once they were able to sort out the easy problems. They had success with easy problems, they were given difficult problems with the commonsensical notion that they will be able to sort out the difficult problems. But this did not happen, unlike the commonsensical view. The research or the scientific study stated that children, the second group which was given easy and difficult problems combined, they were able to solve and sort out the problems much better because they were told that you have not tried hard enough. So, common sense says easy problems of maths and then difficult problems, children will be able to do it. Research did not agree. One more example which is given here is of the fact, let's say your friend goes out of town. Now, normally common sense will say that the friend goes out of town, the relation is going to end. But that doesn't happen according to research also. It might happen, distance makes the heart grow fonder. Let's look at the misconceptions of the final topic. Psychologists can read people's mind. Again, it is not possible to understand what is going on in your thoughts, but definitely through the body language, through the observation, through a scientific process, it can be analyzed. Psychologists work only with crazy people. Now, do I look crazy? Are you crazy because you've taken the subject? Or anybody who goes to a psychologist, is that person crazy? It is not that we are dealing with mad people. It is basically the fact that people have certain issues which they want an answer for. You can definitely approach an expert in case you are not able to understand the issue that you're going through. Like we go to a doctor when we are dealing with the body. Any illness in the body, we go to a doctor. Similarly, any illness with the mind, we go to a psychologist or a counselor. It's that normal. If I am having an issue with something which I am not able to handle, I go to my senior counselor and ask for help. So psychologists, counselors, psychiatrists, they are the ones who are dealing with this aspect. Next we move on. Psychology is same as psychiatry. No, it is not. Psychology is basically dealing with the therapy, the skills, the study of the subject, the disorders. Psychiatry is dealing with medication. So doctors who are having MBBS degree, they are psychiatrists. We move on to the next. Psychology allows you to control people. It doesn't allow you to control people, it allows you to influence them, to deal with them in an effective manner, because when you can understand yourself, you can definitely understand other people also, you can help yourself and you can definitely help other people. Psychology is a social science. See, some colleges have graduation or BA in psychology, the others have BSc in psychology. Some have psychology with science, some have psychology with humanities. So it's perfectly fine because it is a science-based subject, so it is okay to have it as a natural science as well as a social science. Commonsensical knowledge and psychological notions are the same. Again, we've already done this, it is not the same. Research says different things apart from what common sense says. So you have to test it and verify it like a scientist. Psychologists, psychiatrists, counselors are mad people. They are not mad people, they are very normal, very healthy. They are just dealing with issues related to the mind. And when you're dealing with any issues related to the mind, sometimes you find it very scary. And that is something which people feel that what will others think if I go to a psychologist. It is not like that. You can definitely approach a psychologist whenever you feel you're stuck up somewhere. You can approach an expert. He's trained to handle in this area, so you can definitely get help. It's a simple subject. Now, this is a very big misconception. It is not a simple subject. It is a subject which is very technical. Because you're taking it for the first time, it will take some time for you to read up, to develop interest in the subject. It is a subject which is new for you. So you definitely need to understand which psychologists have done what kind of research, which psychologists have given which concepts, what do they think about psychology in general. You need to understand and read up these concepts. Only then you can have an interest in the subject. It's a very interesting subject. Let me assure you that it is going to be an amazing journey, a very enriching experience for you if you take it seriously. Let's summarize this. We've done the topics today which are psychology as a general notion. What is psychology? We've done psychology as a discipline, psychology as a natural science, and psychology as a social science. We've also done popular notions about the discipline of psychology. We have done defining psychology as mind and behavior concept, and we have done what are issues which people have in mind related to the subject. One more aspect that people think of here is that psychology is done by people or children. If you read up psychology, you'll become a psyche. It is not like that. Again, it is again a myth and a misconception. You will not become a psyche because it is something which will help you understand yourself better. So you cannot become a psyche through that. You can only increase your awareness on this journey of understanding the subject of psychology. Thank you.